Yo, I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide ties grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full send savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not bought, it's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome back for some Monday Night Action. Getting up into the session now. Looks like it is going to be about a 5100 SOF. Definitely seeing a lot of people out there that we know. Going to be a good one here tonight. What's up? It has been a while, Karen. It has been a while. What's up? What's up? All right, these guys are getting out on the track. Let's go ahead and pull it up. I got a couple little things to do as these guys are out on the track waiting for Trading Paints to go ahead and update these paints as they are out on the track. Brundage currently at the top of the charts as we get ready for tonight's big block opener.
When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
All right. Drew Alton going to pull off. Damian Ward out there. Go ahead and turn up the sound a little bit. Looks like Durgan's out there. Might be struggling a little bit, but I doubt that. We can probably count on Durgan to pick up the pace a little bit. Looks like we have 21 cars, so we are sending a few home here tonight. All right, big block modifieds out on the track. Remember, we do got a Pro Series race for the iRacing Dirt Pro Series, so that'll be over on the iRacing channels at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this will be our only show here tonight. We'll probably be seeing a lot of only back to the big blocks again, possibly, maybe big blocks and supers, as I have some other commitments that I'm going to be. Is Durgan any good anymore? Durgan's still good, Brogan. As I got a couple other, racing commitments I'm trying to work on. Not anything like I'm going to be broadcasting IRL, but I am going to try to get that weekly or a couple times a week, whatever it ends up being, podcast, as it looks like Matt Schaefer out there in the number 83. It is not the Verizon 83, which is a huge surprise, as we are getting ready to roll into qualifying here in just a few minutes. Make sure you guys get those likes, shares, and follows out there. Oh, just trying to do something real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I know I got quiet. All right, so Nick Brundage looking like he's going to come out of practice with the quick time. Nick Story, Damian Ward, Aiden Hervey, and Ben Jolly, your top five going into qualifying here tonight. Should be interesting as these guys get ready to roll out on the track here for qualifying. Let's go ahead and turn it over to best time rather than how far apart they are. All right, looks like we're going to get Joseph Matthews, the first one out on the track in that number 9 machine. Good luck, all Tri-City, says Justin. What's up, buddy? I saw you out there too, Sleepy. I wasn't ignoring you. I was just trying to get the stream set up. We got a name out there that we haven't seen in a while. Good to see him. It is going to be Cal Rudy. Or not Cal, yeah, that's another one. But Robert Henderson going to make an appearance here tonight. Good to see good old Robert Henderson. I was looking at Cal Rudy's time. I seen that. Going to be Joseph Matthews setting that first time with a 16.273. But Brian Orto going to top him with a 16.225. We'll be able to see kind of how this goes here tonight. Is Matthews able to pick up the pace on lap number 2? He is not, as it looks like Zachary going to be in that number 3 spot. Who else? We got Kyle Lanfear out there now. He's going to go third quick. Sorry, I got to do it. Somebody did it, and I had to copy it. You're good, just sick? Yeah, a lot of people have been sick lately. There's definitely some stuff going around. Sorry about that extra noise. I was moving my mic towards me. As it looks like Lanfear going to currently be in the number 3 spot. Let's go check him out in the number 25 machine. Robert Henderson, welcome back here tonight. Hoping to have a good race here in that number 25 machine. Brian Orto is still currently at the top of the charts, but there are a lot of quick cars out there putting down their times right now. We'll see how long that lasts. Let's see where Henderson is able to get it. Jacob Schultz and Curtis Griffin going to go to the top of the charts. And there is Brundage with a 16.117. Henderson going to come in 9th quick. Not bad for not being around for a while. Is there anybody else? We got Caleb Durgan out on the track right now in the number 17 machine. Will he be able to top the charts? As Caleb Durgan going to go 2nd quick with a 16.123. It's about time you learn how to count, Durgan. That's why you need to go to school. Looks like Damian Ward in the number 4 spot. Got Matt Schaefer out there in the number 83. Kevin Robinson is out there. Nick Story could be one. Oh, he's 9th quick. Let's see where Schaefer's able to put that number 83 machine. Schaefer's going to be 14th quick with a 16.294. Kevin Robinson and the not fucking good at number 60 machine going to come across the line. And yep, that wasn't fucking good, Robinson. He's going to be 19th quick with a 16.546. All jokes aside, I'm just picking on him. The timing the other week was just phenomenal when I was asking about what NFG stood for. All right, let's go ahead and pull up tonight's starting grid here for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be the 916 of Nick Brundage. Outside of him, in the number 12 machine, in the now fucking good machine, it is going to be Jacob Schultz. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 22 machine, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Outside of him in the 100, it is going to be Drew Alton. A little bit of drama with him last week. We'll see what he's able to do this week. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 10 machine, it is going to be Nick Story. Outside of him in the number 27, it's going to be Michael Swank. I just have to. It's too funny. You know, if he'd give me a good time, I wouldn't have to say it. All right, starting on the inside of row number 4 in the 924, it's going to be Ben Jolly. Outside of him in the number 14, it is going to be Aaron Langley. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 13 machine, it's going to be Aiden Hervey. Outside of him in the number 60, it's going to be Kevin Robinson. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Zachary Reinke. Reinke, is that how I say it? Somebody let me know if I'm saying that right. I'm probably butchering it, so you probably want to keep me saying it wrong, but, you know, somebody can be honest with me. Tell me if I'm saying that right. Reineke, maybe? All right, we're going to go ahead and line them up as they come out of turn number 2 onto the track. Bristol Motor Speedway. I kind of wish it was slick. I think you're not able to pit here anymore. I think they took that away from us. Maybe somebody can let me know. Maybe we'll see somebody pit, and we'll see if they get new tires or not. But the 6 hours of Bristol were absolutely epic, and I think we have lost the capability of being able to do that, which is sad. But I guess we've got to work with what iRacing gives us. So if that is the case, there will be no more 6 hours of Bristol. But hopefully we can get that back. All right, we are going to be looking for the green flag as we got them stacked up 2 by 2 coming out of turn number 4. It is going to be Jacob Schultz and Nick Brundage on that front row. Brundage going to lead the way. Oh, we're coming out of turn number 2. Brundage is going to lead that way down the back straightaway. When will he fire off here tonight? Can he take the win here in heat race number 1? I think I need to turn the cars up a little bit on this one. We'll find out if that is good. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Brundage leading them down the front straightaway. Schultz going to latch onto that back bumper as they are going to be side by side for that number 2 spot. Oh, Curtis Griffin going to try to find his way up. Is Story going to give him the room? Story does, but I don't think he had much of a choice as Ben Jolly is now trying to fight on that bottom side. Bottom side is not where you want to be right now as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Top 5 going to stay single file. We're watching the battle for that number 6 spot. Swank wants to keep it, but Jolly wants it as he slides up and lands on Langley's nose. That's going to knock Langley out of a transfer spot. Right now, it is going to be Ben Jolly in that number 7 position. Hervey in the number 8 position. He is in that final transfer spot as they roll through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Brundage surprisingly is pulling away from the field, and I don't say that because he's not fast. I just say that because I know the draft is big here as they head down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Drew Alton all over the back of that number 12 machine as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Going to be 4 laps complete, 4 laps to go. It is getting wild here around that number 2 spot as Griffin is putting the pressure on Alton. Alton has to make a move. He's going to shove it into turn number 1 and 2, or 3 and 4. Sorry. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Alton not able to make the move. Here comes Griffin. Griffin looking to fill up that top side. This might be bad news for Drew Alton as Griffin's going to dig around the high side. He's going to take that number 3 spot. Alton back to 4th. Down into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get that 2 to go this time by. Here comes Griffin. Griffin going to try to make a move on Schultz. Can he find his way around the number 12 machine as they head through turn number 1 and 2? Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Griffin down low. He's got to find his way back up into the top. If he can't make the pass, he's going to keep it down low. That might bite him in 1 and 2. I think it does. Here comes Alton. Alton not able to take advantage as Griffin tosses it up into Schultz. Schultz going to have a big bobble there, able to keep it straight as they head into 3 and 4. Griffin's going to throw the slide, cut down by Schultz as they come out of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air, almost 3 wide, and Alton's going to steal that number 3 spot away. It's going to be Brundage, Schultz, Alton, Griffin, Story, Swank, Jolly, and Hervey going to the feature. Everybody else off to the LCQ. What a finish there for that number 2, 3, and 4 spots as we get ready for heat race number 2. Zach is out there getting a little extra credit, I guess. Wah, 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 wah. All right. Here we go. Here we go. What the fuck flag does Durgan have? We got to go look at this now because, I'm just curious. What flag is that, Durgan? Tell me on the chat. I know you're listening. What flag is that? I have no clue. All right, let's go ahead and get ready for heat race number 2. And use this camera. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be the number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the number 32 machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 71 machine, I have been impressed by Brian Orto. I like him He was always great to race with in that number 71. He's going to be starting third here tonight. Outside of him in the number 2 machine, it is going to be Cal Rudy. Starting inside row number 3 in another number 17 machine, it's going to be Jeff Humphrey. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 83 machine, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Outside of him in the number 25, it's going to be Robert Henderson. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the 00X, it's going to be Kyle Lamphere on the inside of row number 5. Outside of him in the number 41, it's going to be Tyler Knopf. All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2. We're going to be looking for the green flag 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 2. And I am super excited that we got a consi here tonight because we need to get this track slick.
There's no hate, Caleb.
All right, we're going to see. We had a little bit of conversation.
Once again, here we are.
All right, looking for the green flag as they come out of turn number 4. When will Durgan fire off? As they come out of 4, green flag is out. Durgan with a good jump. How about Orto's jump on the outside as Cal Rudy might have been asleep a little bit there as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Damian Ward going to be all over the back of that number 17 out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Starting to get a little slicker out there. This could be good for tonight's racing as they come out of turn number 4. Ward all over the back of Durgan. He's going to go to the bottom side of 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Almost contact with Durgan as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Oh no, not Henderson. Henderson around. What happened to Robert Henderson? Maybe a little bit of rust. Is there going to be... Oh, he over-rotated. Oh, he made a mistake. That's just rusty. I would do the same damn thing, I'm sure, right now. As we move back up to the front, it's going to be Durgan leading the way. Here comes Damian Ward. Back down low as they touch across the line into 1 and 2. Slide job by Ward, cut down by Durgan. Durgan's going to drive it down the bottom side out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. A little bit of contact down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Durgan going to slide up. Here comes the cut down by Ward as they drag race down the front straightaway. Durgan's going to have it at the line. Ward's going to slide into 1 and 2. Easy cut down for Durgan. Durgan is ahead of those sliders as it stands right now. As you can see, he's going to clearly make it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Here comes Ward with a big run out of turn number 4. Down the back straightaway, our front straightaway into 1 and 2. Ward not able to pull the slider that time as they come out of turn number 2. Dead heat out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Durgan's going to squeeze Ward just a little bit. Tries to prevent the slide. Able to do so as they come out of turn number 4. Look who is lurching behind these guys. It is the number 71. Brian Orto trying to close in on this battle for the lead. If these two get together, Orto could be the beneficiary as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Ward going to go to the outside. Orto starting to look down low as they come across the line. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Here comes Ward. Ward going to nudge Durgan up the track out of turn number 2 down into 3 and 4. Here comes Ward to the bottom. They're side by side. Oh, Ward's going to keep it out of them. As they come out of turn number 4, it's going to be Durgan, Ward, Orto, Humphrey, Rudy, Matthews, Schaefer, and Lamphere. Looks like Knopf and Henderson going to the LCQ. I take that back. It is top 7. Sorry, Lamphere, Knopf, and Henderson. I don't know why I was thinking top 8. It's top 7 go through. God, that was dumb. Great job for Damian Ward. That was a good, clean race for those guys. All right, now the top 4 going to transfer through. We are sending 3 out of this one here tonight. Brian, what's up, buddy? I see Dirt King out there also as we are getting ready for the LCQ. Gloves going to be off for this one. These guys trying to race their way in. Last opportunity here. And you know what? I'm probably not supposed to root for people, but I want to see Henderson make the feature here tonight. So get him, Henderson. As it is going to be Aiden Hervey in that number 13 starting on the pole. Outside of him in the number 00X, it's going to be Kyle Lamphere. Starting inside row number 2. In the number 14 machine, it's going to be Aaron Langley. Outside of him, in the number 41, it's going to be Tyler Knopf. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 60 machine, it's going to be Kevin Robinson. Outside of him in the number 25, it's going to be Robert Henderson. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Zachary Reinecke. All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2 out of turn number 4. They're going to get that one to go this time by. I'm doing pretty good. This will be the only show tonight because we got the iRacing Pro Series. A lot of us are going to want to go watch after this. That'll be over on the iRacing channels. What's up, Rich? What's up, buddy? All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. We're going to see who is in and who is out. 3 are going in, or 3 are going home. 4 are going in. Who's it going to be as Hervey and Lanfear lead them to the green flag into turn number 3 and 4. Pace car going to drop in here. So slow. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Top 2 going to go single file really quick. Let's jump back to third. Langley going to take it as Robinson slides into the number 4 position. Oh no, Tyler's already gone. And Henderson is here, but he's going to need a little help as here comes Langley up underneath Lanfear. Lanfear going to get the wall. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Langley going to roll the bottom in 1 and 2. Here comes Robinson in that number 60. Thought about 3 wide, decided against it as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, going to be 2 laps completely as Robinson tries to look for the middle. He's got to be careful here. He is in that feature. How hard does he want to push it? He's got a little bit of space between him and Zachary in that number 5 spot and even further back for Henderson. But if he takes it 3 wide, he could take out all 3 of them. And might not make it here tonight. So we're going to see what happens as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Great battle here for that number 2 spot as Hervey has driven away in that number 13 machine. Well out in front. Battle for second. Side by side out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. 4 laps complete as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Robinson. Robinson's going to take it 3 wide. Sticks into the middle. Out of turn number 2. Not able to get the run off. He's going to fall back. Here comes Langley. Down low. Thought he was going to toss it up. Kept it down low. Out of turn number 4. It's going to be 5 laps complete. 5 laps to go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Lanfear has that top side digging. Here comes Robinson looking to the high side of Langley. Langley's going to push it in on the bottom in turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, side by side still. I'll tell you what, the bottom side is cooking in 3 and 4. That might be the move right now. Top of 1 and 2, bottom of 3 and 4 as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 once again. Langley rolling that bottom, a little bit of a bobble there. That's going to cost him. He's going to fall back. Oh no! Lanfear going to grab the wall. Lanfear goes around. Lanfear goes around. Henderson is in. Henderson in the transfer spot. Oh, Zachary had his own set of issues as he is going to be way, way back as Henderson now in that number 4 spot. Aiden leads the way. Robinson in second. Langley in that number 3 spot as they head into turn at number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Robinson in that number 2 spot. Langley trying to chase him down. I don't think Langley's trying too hard right now. He is in the feature. He's going to look low, though, in 1 and 2. That middle lane looked pretty good. He had to back out of it as Robinson came down as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Give it to Aiden Hervey. It's going to be Robinson second, Langley in third, and Henderson going to take that final transfer spot in that number 4 position. Good job, Henderson. Just kept it clean. Did what he had to. All right. All right. I needed a drink after that one. We are going to get ready for 50 laps here at Bristol. Hopefully not a very caution-filled Bristol because, man, the pace laps are brutal here. But we are going to get ready for tonight's starting lineup. As these guys get ready to go out, let's go ahead and do tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the Majulase number 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Starting outside of him in the Durgy Dig Performance number 17, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Starting inside row number 2 in the NFG Racing number 12 machine, it's going to be Jacob Schultz. Outside of him in the Majulase number 32, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside row number 3 in the 100 machine, it is going to be Drew Alton. Outside of him in the Tri-City number 71, it's going to be Brian Orto. Starting inside row number 4 in the Majulase number 22, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Outside of him in the Jolly 17, it's going to be Jeff Humphrey. Starting inside row number 5 in the NFG number 10, it's going to be Nick Story. Outside of him in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Cal Rudy. Starting inside row number 6 in the number 27 machine, it's going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Then rounding out the field here tonight, starting inside row number 7 in the 924, it's going to be Ben Jolly. Outside of him in the number 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Then starting on the inside of row number 8 in the number 13 machine, it's going to be Aiden Hervey. Outside of him in the number 60, it's going to be Kevin Robinson. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Aaron Langley and Robert Henderson as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Nick Brundage well out in front, and chaos for second on back as Schultz is going to take the number 2 spot. Durgan's going to cut down a little bit of contact with Drew Alton as they head through turn number 3 and 4 as Nick Brundage easily leads lap number 1. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Oh, Drew Alton going to blink out a little bit there. Out of turn number 2, him and Durgan make a little contact. Durgan up the track, going the wrong way. Ward's going to take the number 4 spot. Big run for Durgan, though. He's going to beat out Orto at the line, or as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Battle right here for 4th on back. Damian Ward has it, and how about that ride out of the 71 of Brian Orto as they come out of turn number 4, and we got issues maybe in the back. No caution flag. Let's go take a look. It looks like, why is Schaefer showing a lap down? Did Schaefer miss the start? Something happened there as Brundage going to continue to lead. Jacob Schultz in second. Drew Alton in third. Going to be Damian Ward in that number 4 spot. He's got company as Story makes contact with Ordo out of turn number 2. Durgan going the wrong way as he was side by side out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He's got Griffin and Humphrey trying to split them back there as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back. Oh, big wreck. Drew Alton wrecked in front of the field. Big pile up down into turn number 3 and 4. Big one has happened. Caution flag is out. Lots of cars demolished as it looks like, Drew Alton's going to step on that. Oh, my God. Let's. All right, so we are going to take a look and see what exactly happened here. All right, we're going to take a look at this one. We're going to see who this is on. It looks like Drew Alton trying to pass. Yeah, there was nothing. There was nothing that Schaefer could, I guess he could have lifted, but big, look at them all piling. Big pile up down the back straightaway. Lots of cars caught up in this one. The big one has happened at Bristol Tona. I don't know what to call this. A lot of cars down on pit road. Lots of damage. Here comes Damian Ward. He's got a ton of damage on that number 32 machine. Drew Alton, obviously, on pit road. Nick Story got a bunch of that one, all on pit road. As we get the caution flag here tonight. This is it for tonight because the Pro Series race comes up at 8 o'clock on the iRacing channel, on the iRacing socials. So I try not to cross that up and I want to watch it. So This will be it. We got lots of time here, though. Lots of time here. 50 laps. As we had a ton of cars caught up in that one. Jacob Schultz going to be clean in the number 2 spot. There is definitely some damage on that number 71 of Brian Orto. I think he was trying to get a call on that one. He's definitely got some damage, and I think most of it might be... I don't know. I don't know if that thing's doing very good. It doesn't look like it wants to drive straight, but that could just be me. There's going to be a lot of damaged cars in this one. Lots of cars caught up with that. Will have some wheel damage. Yeah, Drew got pummeled. He's got a ton of time.
Sure, I don't think I'm going to win.
Well, just to let you know, if there's a hot dog down there, it's 1 to go.
All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2 once again. Brundage going to lead them back to the green flag as they come out of turn at number 2. Tons of cars caught up in that one. Looks like Schaefer is back there. Damian Ward, Drew Alton, and Nick Story all pulling out onto the track as they head into turn number 3 and 4. So those guys aren't laps down. That should fix itself after a lap or two as the green flag is out. Brundage going to get on that gas. His battle's going to be for third as Durgan's going to squeeze Orto all the way down to the bottom side. Orto's going to find some speed as Durgan clips the wall out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4, going to be side by side for that number 3 spot. Orto's going to grab it out of turn number 4 as it looks like Durgan is struggling here at Bristol. And Humphrey going to try to navigate his way through. He parks it on Durgan's nose. Durgan with a big bubble. He's going to go backwards as they're still making contact. Durgan goes around. Oh, big pile up. Big pile up in turn number 3 and 4. How is there no caution? How is there no caution? Oh, you just got to sit on the track at that point. There it is. There it is. There it is. Everybody said the same thing as me. How was there no caution there? Let's see if we can navigate. So it looks like Humphrey's going to park it on Durgan. That's going to kind of knock him out of whack. He's going to make contact with Herbie. Herbie's going to bounce down, make contact down low, and they are just going to pile in. And I'll tell you what, Henderson might have got minimal damage there, but everybody else piles in on that one. Yeah, this one's pretty wild. What's up, buddy? How you doing? You know, the openers have been pretty good. Last week was pretty good. So the iRacing Pro Series will be on all the iRacing channels or Dirt Vision, however you want to watch it. I'll probably be watching it over on iRacing's YouTube channel. So it'll be on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, I believe, is all the iRacing networks. You know, the YouTube's been pretty good to me. Yeah, it's usually pretty good. We'll see how this week goes. The big problem is everything's so single file on dirt now. This is actually not horrible if we can get some green flags, maybe. The track is definitely slicking out a little bit as they come out of turn at number 4. 4 cars going down. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars down on pit road. The good news, and I'll tell you, I don't think we're 12 laps into this one. I don't know. But the good news is, guys, is if you got damage, these pace laps take a long time. You're watching the College Football Championship on PC and this on the phone. Appreciate you, Darby. Appreciate you. We're going to see if we can get some one to go this time by. It looks like it's going to be that way as they stack them up 2 by 2. Spotting for a buddy. Oh, okay. Nice. As we got them stacked up 2 by 2, looking for the green flag this time by. I don't know how many laps we're technically in. I don't think we're at 12. I think it's just the glitch. Yeah, we're on lap 9. So that it will. These guys will catch up. So we're at on lap 9 right now, as we are looking for the green flag this time by. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Brundage going to get on the gas. Schultz is going to sit in that number 2 spot. Don't sleep on that number 12 machine, as he is going to look up underneath Brundage out of turn number 2. Drew Alton got in a wreck, and it wrecked the whole field. And Ward got a lot of it as Schultz slides to the lead, leads that time by. Here comes Brundage back in 1 and 2. Brundage going to slide up the track in that number at 916. Big run for Schultz out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Schultz back to the point. Here comes Brundage trying to look down low. Can't quite get there. It's going to be Schultz to the point that time by. Back here, third on back. Absolute chaos as actually Humphrey tries to sit in that number 3 spot. Jolly is all the way up to 4th in that 924. He's up 9 positions as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Battle for the lead is continuing to rage on as Brundage puts the pressure on that number 12 machine down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Schultz going to slide through turn number 3 and 4. It's like a rubber band. You can see it. Brundage is going to run that top side. Schultz runs a slider. When they come out of the turn, it just reels Brundage in as Brundage almost gets up underneath him in turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Schultz out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Brundage not able to do anything with it as we move back here. Definitely some interesting racing as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. How about Griffin still up in the mix in that number 22? I gotta wonder. I think everybody that is third on back has gotten a piece of an accident here tonight. So there might be damage. I don't know. Jolly might have gotten through clean. Swink, I think, got caught up in the first one. It might be minimal, but it's going to be interesting to see as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 16 laps complete. So it does look like Aiden Hervey has incident pointed out, maybe. Looks like he was DQ'd in the number 13 machine. That could be another issue these guys have to watch out for as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, wow. Well, my internet just hiccuped. My bad, guys. My bad. Hopefully it comes back. All right, hopefully it's coming back, guys. Had a little bit of an internet malfunction right there real quick, but it looks like we are up and going out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. So a little hiccup there in the stream as Schultz continues to lead. Brundage second, Ben Jolly in third, Swank in 4th as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Swank solidly in that number 4 spot. Battle's going to be for 5th on back as Orto tries to fight his way back up towards the front in that number 71. He's probably got a little bit of damage on that thing, trying to get it figure out what he can do. Watch these other cars possibly fall off as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Orto thinking about the middle there as they come out of turn number 2. So Henderson has moved his way up into the number 11 spot. Good run for him. Let's see who else is coming up through. It looks like Ward is still struggling. So is Story, both these guys fast. Robinson stuck way back in the number 16 spot. Schaefer out there in the number 83 as we move back up towards the front. Let's go see what's going on. Look, Henderson's having a great run. He is actually trying to put a move on that number 9 of Joseph Matthews. Moving back up towards the front. These guys still staying single file up at the front. Brundage having nothing for Jacob Schultz right now. In the number 2 spot was Brundage. Jolly will be in 3rd. Swank in 4th. Humphrey in 5th. This is where the battle on the track is right now. Orto trying to find his way around that number 17 as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Closing in on the halfway. Well, that is going to be... nope, next time by will be halfway through. Will be 25 laps complete. As they come out of turn number 2, here comes Griffin to the outside of Orto as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Orto rolling it right through the slick. That it seems pretty solid there for the 71, as Griffin was not able to find his way around. Orto going to dig up underneath Humphrey as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Here comes Griffin now down to the bottom side of 3 and 4. Can he find the spot up underneath? Not quite the run off, and here comes Aaron Langley. Last chance Langley in that number 14 as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, trying to fight his way up into that top 5. Currently in the number 8 spot. He can see 5th from there, and he is closing in on that battle as they come down the front straightaway. Let's go check on Humphrey. Humphrey still trying to hold off the 71 of Orto. Here comes Griffin looking down low. Yeah, let's get it, Orto. Oh, it's him and Griffin. Make contact out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. Griffin going to throw the slide up the track. Orto back with the cut down out of turn number 2. So Orto did get a little bit of damage in that first wreck. Not sure how it may or may not be affecting that number 71. Still a solid run for him. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, here comes Griffin looking back down low. Good run out of turn number 2. Griffin's found something on that bottom side of turn number 1 and 2, but Orto going to hold strong maybe on the top side. Griffin with a good run out of turn number 4. Maybe the line is starting to move down a little bit as Griffin's starting to show a little bit of his hand. Big run for Orto, though, on the outside. Going to grab the wall there as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Battle's going to be for the number 6 spot. Here comes Matthews in that number 9 machine. Langley just behind these guys as they come across the line. 31 laps in the books, 19 laps to go as they come out of turn number 2. Oh, we got a battle for the lead once again as Brundage and Schultz are going at it as they come out of turn number 4. Schultz going to hold on to it by a hair into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job by Brundage. Here comes Schultz back down low out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Big run for Schultz. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Brundage going to come up underneath out of turn number 4. Drag race. It's going to be Schultz at the line into 1 and 2. Brundage going to roll the bottom side of turn number 1 and 2. Schultz on the high side, going to roll the cushion down into 3 and 4. A little bit of defense out of Schultz there. He's going to run slider in 3 and 4, but prevents the slider from Brundage. Easily leads that time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage going to try to run the cut down out of turn number 2. Let's see how that works. It didn't feel like a very natural. It felt like an awkward cut down there. Definitely heard him coming out of turn number 2. Here comes Brundage with a smaller cut down out of turn number 4. That might have looked better as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Brundage with the cut down out of turn number 2. Definitely looked better that time. Big run into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side for the lead lap. Traffic up ahead. Kevin Robinson first on the chopping blocks as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Robinson going to grab the wall. Oh, my God, that got sketchy. Almost takes out his teammate as Robinson goes a lap down. Down into turn number 3 and 4, looking for the line this time by Schultz, just ahead of him. Schultz going to go down to the bottom as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Brundage. Brundage going to dig up underneath Schultz out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Schultz still running that slider line. Brundage out there hunting for some speed anywhere. When you're the leader, it kind of puts you in. Oh, no! Brundage gets in the wall as I was talking about it. What's up, Braden? When you're the leader, it kind of puts you in a tough spot. You can't search around. You kind of got to run what you got, because if you do, it might bite you. Meanwhile, the guy behind you is trying everything. It might find something special. It looked like Brundage was starting to grab the wall. Definitely cost him 0.6 now up to Schultz as Schultz continues to lead. More lap traffic for Schultz is the 10 of Nick Story. Just ahead of these guys. We're going to drop back here as we still got a battle back here. Looks like Ben Jolly in the number 3 spot, Swinkin 4th. Joseph Matthews in 5th now as here comes Griffin. Griffin looking for a top 5 as we got contact further back. Here comes Langley up underneath Humphrey. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. What is going on with the ticker? Hold on. Yeah, the ticker just did some crazy stuff. All right, it fixed itself. as we got a battle starting to brew again for the lead. Jacob Schultz continues to lead with 8 laps to go. No, what the hell did he just do? He just killed Damian Ward. He just absolutely demolished Damian Ward. Ward goes to the outside, and Schultz just tosses up. Oh, man, that is frustrating. Already a frustrating night for the 32. That should keep him on the lead lap, though, as we get the caution flag. Whoa! I thought Schultz just DQ'd out or something. That is something we got to watch for. Looks like Hervey, the only one that has it pointed out. And we are going to get a restart here. So it is going to be a 7-lap shootout when they take their green flag. Robinson on pit road. Damian Ward on pit road. Nick Story on pit road. As we work the caution flag here once again, Drew Alton has stayed out in that number 100 machine. Definitely a struggle for him here tonight. Let's go look at some notable. Right now, Ben Jolly up 10 spots into the number 3 position. Michael Swank up 7 positions into 4th. Matthews up 7 spots into 5th. Aaron Langley is up 9 spots into 8th, and Robert Henderson in the number 25 is also up 9 spots. So definitely a lot of moving around here tonight. Accidents making a factor here tonight, but also some of this was just some good clean racing. As we are going to look for the green flag here once again. Schultz leads the way. Nick Brundage is going to start in 2nd. Ben Jolly in 3rd. Michael Swank in 4th. Matthews in 5th. That'll be your top 5 when we take the single file green flag. So this is going to get awfully interesting here tonight. I don't know if this is what Schultz would have wanted. I don't think he meant to do that. I think he just kind of misjudged that slide, because this is gonna give Brundage some cooler tires. Brundage has been running a lower line. That is going to be a huge advantage on this restart. That car will definitely dig with the cooler tires on the bottom side. We are going to look and see what happens here as we are looking for the green flag. Yep, this time by. Lights are off on the pace car. I wish I had a pace car button on my SDK. Maybe that's something I need to request. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Schultz going to get on the gas. Nice little jump for him. 0.3 of a second into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to hit the bottom instantly. I think the whole train's going to hit the bottom right now with these cooler tires as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Brundage putting the pressure on Schultz up underneath down the front straightaway. They touch at the line as Brundage digs down to the bottom in turn number 1 and 2. Brundage on the bottom, Schultz up high, drag race out of turn number 2. Brundage has the lead as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side out of turn number 4, looking for the line. Who's going to lead this time by? Big run for Schultz. He's going to lead at the line that time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2. I think Brundage is going to have to run the middle of 3 and 4. That's going to be his opportunity. Definitely going to be something there as they head into turn number 3 and 4. That might have been the move. Slides up the track, cut down by Schultz. Here comes Jolly to the bottom side. Almost 3 wide for the lead that time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Schultz going to slide up the track. Brundage going to thread the needle between Jolly and Schultz as they come down the back straightaway. 3-car battle for the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be this time by? Schultz going to dig the high side. They touch down the line. Brundage is going to lead that time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage going to roll that bottom side. A little bit of a bump out of Jolly. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Here comes Schultz cutting down low. It is going to be 2 laps to go. 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Swank. He wants a piece of the action as they head into 1 and 2. Slide job by Schultz as they are 3 wide out of turn number 2. Brundage threads the needle into turn number 3 and 4. You know, Swank could be the beneficiary here as Brundage is going to park it on Schultz's nose. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go as they head into 1 and 2. Brundage going to lead the way. Battle might be for second. Schultz going to get a good run. Brundage made a mistake. Schultz gets in the back of him into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Nick Brundage with the win here tonight. Oh, Schultz is falling back. Did he run out of gas? It's going to be Ben Jolly and Michael Swank, your top 3. What a race to the end there. What a fucking race. What a finish here tonight. Let's go ahead and pull up the results. Great run for Ben Jolly in the 924. This is, he's going to go out here and celebrate it like it's a win. I just had to make sure. Nick has pulled off the track, so we're not going to get all 3. It was a great race, honestly. They're bitching, but man, that was a great finish. I thought that was good, hard racing. Schultz either ran out of gas or broke, which is crazy. It's going to be Nick Brundage with the win here tonight. Ben Jolly in second. Michael Swank in third. Going to be Joseph Matthews in that number 4 spot. Curtis Griffin in fifth. Good run for Griffin. Aaron Langley in 6th. Going to be Robinson. Great finish for Robinson in that number 7 spot. Humphrey in 8th. Jacob Schultz in 9th. Going to be Brian Orto in that number 10 spot. Cal Rudy in 11th. Drew Alton in 12th. Damian Ward going to be 13th here tonight. Kevin Robinson 14th. Schaefer 15th. Nick Story 16th. Caleb Durgan 17th. And Aiden Hervey in that number 18 spot. I'm curious. I don't know what happened to him. Doesn't look like anybody got DQ'd except for one, and I don't know how he got DQ'd. All right, so let's go see if we got anybody in the Discord. We do. We got a couple in here. I'm sure we'll see Brundage here in a few minutes. What's up, Ryan? Hey, that's a name I haven't seen in a minute. What's up, buddy? All right, what a finish here tonight. That was a fantastic race to watch. I thought for a second Swank was in the catbird seat, but Ben Jolly, what a run in the 924. That thing was pretty quick tonight.
Oh man, yeah, I guess after all the practicing and everything, testing with all the guys, Swank, I mean, he's pretty quick. If I would have made my marks a little bit cleaner, I probably could have got her done. But other than that, yeah, hell of a race.
Every week. Oh, okay. Brundage isn't going to make it in. He doesn't feel good. Make it in. Good run, though. Good win, Brundage. Every week, you seem to be getting quicker and quicker. Definitely a factor here tonight in the 924. Is it something about Bristol, or is it just getting better in the car, getting more seat time in the car overall, pretty much everywhere, just getting quicker?
Yeah, just more seat time equals better finishes. So, yeah, I guess more and more laps definitely get you better. So, yeah, just consistency is key. I can't thank everyone on the team, everyone over Swank for 3rd place. Yep.
Yeah, great run. Yeah, I wasn't sure which way it finished. It got so crazy at the end there. I couldn't believe that freaking Schultz fell back and something happened to him. He either broke or ran out of gas. That was insane. But, yeah, great 2nd place finish here tonight. Good run. Swank, man, I thought you were in the catbird seat when you snuck up on those guys running 3 wide for the lead.
Man, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't know how that was gonna play out. I'm glad we all didn't wreck. I think Schultz. I don't know if him and Brundage were just racing hard and he ended up getting the front stretch wall and it grabbed him or what happened there. But it's hard to play that because the draft plays so much in them NASCAR tracks that I felt like me and Ben were gonna just run into each other while Nick and Schultz were racing it out. But no, it played out well, and we went 2 and 3 tonight.
Well, I know from experience, you and I have been in those type of positions where we've had 2, 3, 4 wide racing for the lead, 4 of us, 3 or 4 of us together. That felt like that kind of race, and you just had to be patient and trust the guys around you. And honestly, it was really good racing up there. I know Schultz wasn't happy, but it was a really clean racing.
Yeah, I mean, coming from where I started and getting up there, I mean, I really didn't. There was that one major Talladega wreck in the beginning, but other than that, I mean, the car was pretty clean and straight. I was really nervous for tonight because I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't feel good as far as what the car was feeling and the driver was feeling. So I'm really happy with third and putting all the faith in Drew and Ben to figure it out, and went and drove her to the front.
Well, great run here tonight. Give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors, and I'll bring Damian Ward up here in a minute, in a second.
Yeah, I just got to thank Drew and Ben for everything they do with testing and putting something together. Langley Designs, Ben for the wrap, even though it looks like Drew's. I'll, honestly, and then you for putting on the streams every week. It's always fun to go back and watch them and look at the wrecks and all the drama. But
Well,
yeah,
good run, guys. You know, Swank, I expect you to run good. I've ran with you before. Ben, it's been good. It's been fun watching you get better and getting towards the front. So it's part of the fun part about watching is watching people move their way to the front.
Hey man, I
yeah,
appreciate it.
Bristol's like two races. You got to get to the front, and then the other part of the race is just avoiding everything that's coming at you.
Yeah, you got to survive that Talladega race. The
That's
Talladega
exactly what it
race.
is.
I think I called it Bristol Tona or something like that at one point. So, all right, Ward. I you can talk for Nick. I definitely watched what I definitely watched. I definitely watched what happened there with which hurt. I honestly don't think he meant to do that because he had to know he was in trouble with a
there's no
short
plan
run.
for me to do anything.
And I don't think there was any reason for him to take you out, and I don't think he did. I think he just misjudged the slide in reality because he screwed himself.
No. Yeah, that's exactly right. I have all the respect in the world for Scholes. I don't think I think he thought that I was going to block for Nicky B. So instead of lifting, he just killed me. And all in all, it hurt himself. So I'll switch right over to the interview for Nicky B. He said that he's super thankful Cardwell wasn't here. He's super thankful Jacob Scholes fucked up. And he wants to thank CFM and Blake for everything that they do for us.
Well, you got to be thankful that Evan wasn't here because Evan had a hell of a run last time we were here.
Yeah, last time we were here, I think it went. No, I think Tyler beat Evan. I think it was Ducharme, Evan, me.
It was a phenomenal race.
Third in that race.
Honestly, that was a great race for the win, but this one was better. I mean, I thought that was one of the most phenomenal races. I know Schultz wasn't happy at the end, but I thought that was good, hard, clean racing. Brian, we miss you. We need to get you out here once in a while.
Nicky B wants to thank Kuthal for spotting him to the win.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Ryan really run, and definitely miss having him out there. He's in the chat right now.
Man, I like running. I like winning openers like I have been, but God, I'd love to have the old people back because this new field of whatever they want to be this week for a team name, these guys are absolute clowns. Absolute clowns.
Well, you know, I'll tell Ryan's running the 8 o'clock, which is coming up in a minute. But you know, I'll tell you what, we have a few good guys that are new. And it was actually good to see Robert Henderson in tonight's race. That was a name we haven't seen in a while.
So excited till I seen what was on the quarter panel.
And I'll be honest, it was great seeing Brian Orto running up front.
It indeed was. He was pounding the back bumper off my car.
Yeah. So, and I've always enjoyed racing Brian.
Brian's probably one of the cleanest guys.
Yeah. So definitely,
maybe if he ups his prescription, he won't be involved in as many wrecks as he is. But other than that, I love Brian.
He got caught up with the big one with Alton.
Yeah, I thought I had it missed, and he was just too close behind me. Way too close.
Well,
letting Drew Alton and Matt Schaefer race in the same race together.
Well, wannabe Nicky B can't even spell it right.
100%. Nicky B's. He's smoked me the past 2 races he hasn't gotten wrecked out of. So
We'll go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors.
Oh, me?
Yeah, for Nick. You got to give it to him. You're here to talk for him.
CFM, Blake Majulis, Ray Ramey for the rap, I think. Me for being an absolute teammate. I'm the best teammate there is. All the guys over in our little Discord, I won't name the name because it's not appropriate. Kuta for the being on the mic and everybody that was cheering him on in the comments.
All right, I got to pull this up so everybody can see it.
Wrecking Damian Ward for caution.
So everybody can see it. It's Nicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at how you spelt it in here.
Look, I was just slapping the keyboard. I just wanted you to drag. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just
I'm gonna
picking
leave it
on
like
you.
that from now on.
All right,
Look,
guys.
we're from New York. We can't spell.
Yeah. I'm live on TikTok. I can't tell you what I said the other day, but I'll tell you personally later on. But good run, guys. Have fun, and I will for sure see you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. All right, guys, that is going to be it for tonight. Pro Series race should be up over on the iRacing channels. Go check that out. And as always, until tomorrow, because we got the Pro Qualifier, be safe and have a good night.